Yo, what's good everybody, it's Kyrie Time, I'm back with another video. And as we all know, Sonic Racing Crossroads is right around the corner. It literally comes out next week. Very pumped, we all are pumped, but that's not just what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about how Sonic absolutely dunked on Mario Kart World with this new Sonic Racing Crossroads advert. So I think this ad is crazy. First of all, they show like footage of Mario Kart World there, and like it's blurred out. They're like, man, we don't even gotta show it. You know exactly what kart racer we're talking about, how boring the other kart racer is. Like it's honestly insane. You honestly gotta respect how confident the Sonic team and Sega marketing team is, because you know, they just completely dogged on Mario Kart World in this ad. And this is even the first time they did it, because I remember back when they announced Sonic Racing Crossroads, like I think first gameplay, I forgot where it was at. It was probably the Game Awards, I don't remember. Most likely the Game Awards from last year. But Iizuka was talking about how there's going to be like a lot of features for Crossroads, including crossplay, and he also threw like a little jab at Mario Kart World with like, unlike another kart racer, our game is crossplay.
Also, unlike another kart racing game, this game will have online cross-platform matchmaking.
So yeah, this game is obviously trying to compete with Mario Kart World, or in some way, you know, trying to surpass it, which I think they are doing a very good job at. I touched on this subject a little bit on one of my previous videos about how, you know, people think Sonic Racing Crossroads is better than Mario Kart World, and like I said in that other video, I have never played Mario Kart World, and I don't really intend to, because like I said, that game looked boring as hell. But yeah, I mean, I'd believe it that Sonic Racing Crossroads is better than Mario Kart World. I would believe it, because the amount of features it has, I already mentioned, the amount of cosmetics, the roster's better, and the game just looks way more fun and appealing. It's just like, I don't know, even the idea of just an open world Mario Kart, that sounds boring to me, bro. I don't know, bro. I might be tripping, to be honest, but open world Mario Kart, seriously? Like, the cars ain't even fast enough, bruh. They're not. They're really not. I mean, I'll give them this. That whole knockout tour thing they introduced, I thought that shit's heat. That shit's pretty heat. And honestly, I would like a mode similar to that in Sonic Racing Crossroads. Not exactly like it, because, you know, it wouldn't really work in a more linear racer like Sonic Racing Crossroads, but at least a mode similar to it. Like, if you don't get, let's say, 5th place, you lose or something. I think that would be heat in Sonic Racing Crossroads, to be honest. But that might be something they'll add into the future. We never know. But another thing I want to talk about with Crossroads is the longevity, bro. The longevity for this game is going to be crazy, because it's going to be like a semi-live service game, because they're going to be adding constant updates, probably constant costumes, constant, you know, vehicle parts. And you already know we're getting a season pass with more characters, more tracks, more music. Like, dude, like, bro, I don't think Mario Kart's competing with that. I'm sorry, it's not. Because first of all, Mario Kart is a Switch only game. You gotta buy a Nintendo Switch 2 to play Mario Kart World. Second, I heard that game don't got no players online. Like, you go in a lobby, nobody's in that lobby. Like I heard somebody say, it's the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero of kart racers. Like, dude, people have been begging for Mario Kart 9 for years, and then we finally get it, and it's just like Nintendo slop, Mario Kart World. Now, I might be, like I said, I might be going a bit too hard because I haven't played it yet, but like, dude, who says I gotta play it? But now, all jokes aside, I do genuinely think this game is gonna survive longer than Mario Kart World has, because like I said, we're getting constant updates, bro. That's what I think. And crossplay as well. Like I said before, if you want your online game to survive, you gotta add constant updates and crossplay. Those are like the two main things, mostly crossplay, because if you don't got crossplay in your online game, bro, it's not gonna survive very long, especially in 2025. Like, dude, not everyone got the same console. I don't understand why some companies be releasing these games and they don't got crossplay. It's honestly sad, bro, in 2025. Now, I can understand for Nintendo, because Nintendo, you know, they release their games on their own console, And they're pretty stingy. They don't want to release Nintendo games on PC or whatever because they're so afraid of piracy and modding or whatever. But honestly, dude, super hot take. I think Nintendo, I don't think Nintendo's a bad video game company at all. They're a pretty good one, in fact, even though I'm not a Nintendo fan, to be honest. But I feel like Nintendo needs to at least release their games on PC as well. Now, I'm not saying they should stop making games for their own consoles. That's not what I'm saying before y'all just start misinterpreting what I'm saying. But I'm saying they should release it on their own console and PC as well. It don't gotta be on PlayStation or Xbox. Dude, a Nintendo game on a PlayStation 5 or a Xbox One, that would just be weird. But they should also put these games on PC because first of all, their online will be better. Dude, you already know Nintendo Online sucks. It's trash. I don't think there's much Nintendo games that have good online. So I think it'll be cool if they have, good online on the PC for their games. And also, it'll allow more for crossplay. Nintendo players can play with PC players, and more people will be able to play the Nintendo games on PC. Because first of all, not everyone wants to buy a freaking Switch 2. Seriously. Not everyone wants to do that. But, I mean, I know we're not getting that. We never getting Nintendo on PC. But that's just my opinion, honestly. You can disagree with it. I think it will be heat if Nintendo also released their games on PC. But anyway, getting a bit off topic. So, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Another thing I want to say is that as soon as this game was revealed, people were already, right off the bat, comparing it to Mario Kart World, saying, oh, this shit gonna fail. It's coming out the same year as Mario Kart World. Oh, this about to be garbage, bruh. Dude. People were saying that. They were genuinely saying that. And it wasn't just, Mario fanboys or Nintendo fanboys or whatever. It was Sonic fans. It really be our own niggas, bro. They were over here saying Sonic Racing Crossworlds was gonna fail just because it was coming out the same year as Mario Kart World. Sad. Honestly sad. Where's the faith at? You got no faith in your own franchise. Are y'all serious? No faith. And that's the problem with Sonic fans, bro. Nobody hates Sonic more than its own fans because I see nothing but Sonic fans, people with Sonic profile pictures over here. Whenever a new game gets announced, they already be like, oh, that shit look trash. Man, this new Sonic game look ass. Bro. Have some faith in your franchise, dude. Come on now. Even non-Sonic fans were looking at this being like, dang, Sonic fans are shitting on their own game? Embarrassing. Really embarrassing. Very disappointed. Very disappointed in you guys. But you know what? It's whatever. I mean, the tables have already turned. People think Crossroads is heat, and that's what really matters. And it's honestly kind of crazy how people are claiming it is better than Mario Kart World. And this is the one time I can actually really say that Sonic has finally surpassed Mario. It's kind of crazy. Because just a few years ago, Sega was talking about how they wanted to surpass Mario. Not too long ago. This wasn't not too long ago. And when people heard that, they laughed. They were laughing, bruh. They thought it was a joke. Fast forward to 2025. Hey, this Sonic Racing Crossworlds shit might be better than Mario Kart World. Tables have turned. They did it. Sega's did it. Sega's been on a roll this entire decade. Like I said in one of my other videos, Sega is honestly top 3 best video game companies right now. Best modern video game companies. They've been releasing nothing but bangers. They had a Capcom. They're having a Capcom type redemption arc right now. This entire decade, they released shit like Metaphor, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Sonic Frontiers, Shadow Generations, Shinobi. The list goes on and on and on. Plus, Sega got their own revival project going on. They're reviving a lot of their old franchises. They're all coming back. Most of them are coming back. Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, all that shit, bro. We're getting them back. It's like the Renaissance era for Sega right now. Will they be better than Nintendo? Probably not. because we already know Nintendo got their own all-star lineup, and Nintendo games sell very well. They sell very, very well. Like, it doesn't matter if it's on one console. People will buy a Switch 2 to play that new Kirby Air Riders, bro. You already know Kirby Air Riders is gonna sell super well. Mario Kart World sold well, mostly because it came with the console. Like, if you bought a Switch 2, you get like a Mario Kart bundle. Not all of them came with Mario Kart World, obviously. There's like 2 versions of Switch 2, but most people bought the version with Mario Kart World because it came with a free game. Like, dude, like, so of course it's going to sell like very well because it came with the Switch 2. But people bought it, but not many people play it anymore because it got stale. It got stale. There was nothing much to do in that game. Just drive around an open road. You roam around in an open road like the title, like the ad said. I knew that shit was gonna get boring real quick. That's why I am not in a hurry to get Switch 2 or Mario Kart World, because I just knew that shit was gonna get boring, bro. The only way I will actually buy a Nintendo Switch 2 if they announce a new Super Smash Bros. Because I already know a Smash Bros game would be heat, bruh. But I already know we're not getting that until like the next 2 or 3 years. Like, it's gonna take a while until we get the next Smash Bros, because, you know, Sakurai is already working on Kirby Air Rider. But that's not the point. The point is Sonic won the war. People doubted Sonic Racing Crossworlds. They thought it was gonna be shit. They thought Mario Kart World was gonna trample over Sonic Racing Crossworlds. But now that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be the other way around. But wait until they announce Mario Kart World Season Pass DLC. Wait till they do that in the next Nintendo Direct. Dude. Dude. You already know they go charge you $40 for that. They go charge you like $40 to $50 for like 5 new tracks. 5 new boring ass tracks in Mario Kart World. That's what they're going to do. Like, you pay $90 for the game. You pay like $80 for the game. You gotta buy, like, you gotta pay $40 more to play some DLC tracks. And to buy some new character. Oh, Diddy Kong coming to the game. Sad. But, you know, y'all got that. I already know y'all gonna eat that up because Nintendo fans, they eat anything up, bro. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like, that's why I call Nintendo fans Nintendroids. They're bots. What they do, all they do is complain about something, and then as soon as it drops, they buy it. Like, people, niggas were complaining about the Switch 2 when it was revealed in its price, and as soon as it came out, they were in line to buy that shit, bro. Sad. Y'all are bots, bro. Nintendroids. That's what I call you guys. Literal Nintendroids. And you know what? I get it. I get it to an extent, because if I was like younger, if I was like, let's say 5 to 6 years younger, I would have been like, oh, I want that Switch too. Oh my god. Like, I would have been foaming at the mouth for a Switch 2. But I don't know, bro. It's just like now Nintendo is washed, I'm afraid. They're kind of washed. Because that new Direct they showed off not too long ago, it was trash. Dude, like, this is how you know a Nintendo Direct is trash. When the only thing that was slightly interesting was that Danganronpa 2 remake. That was the only thing that was interesting. Like, they didn't even show Mario Kart World there. They didn't even acknowledge Mario Kart World. So, like, they didn't even show any DLC. Nothing. And you might be like, oh, why are you watching Nintendo Direct? You're not a Nintendo fan. You already made it clear. Bro, it's true, I'm not. But the reason why I watched it was because there was like a slight possibility that they would have shown DLC 3 for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But I didn't get that. But yeah, man, I guess Sega finally got their wish. You see, this is what happens when you actually put effort, Sega, Sonic Team. When you actually put effort, put good marketing, have a good open beta test. Like, that open beta test was phenomenal for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Absolutely amazing. They did good. This is what happens when you communicate with the fans well, and you know, you actually put effort. Because if this was like Sega from the 2010s, bro, they would have released this game with no crossplay, no freaking content. It would have just been Team Sonic Racing 2. That's literally what it would have been. Like, they're learning from their mistakes. Like, yeah, it's a new developer. Sonic Team is developing this in-house instead of freaking Sumo Digital. They know what to do. Like, I'm not saying Sega's perfect, and I'm not trying to dick eat, but like, seriously, bro. They know what they're doing more than Nintendo when it comes to kart racing. Because I don't think anybody asked for an open world Mario Kart, bro. Like, what they're doing with Mario Kart World, nobody asked for that. Like, it's getting so bad to the point where I'm seeing people go back to Mario Kart 8. The game they were sick of. People were sick of Mario Kart 8. But now that we moved on and we got Mario Kart World, they're starting to miss Mario Kart 8. Now imagine if that was Sonic. Sonic Racing Crossworlds dropped. It dropped. Like, look, next week it drops. It's so bad. It's nothing like the open beta, and it's so bad that it makes me want to go back to Team Sonic Racing. Like, imagine if it was that bad. It'd just be embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, that's enough of the yapping. I just wanted to get my thoughts on like how Sonic Racing Crossroads has completely destroyed Mario Kart World. And yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think Sonic Racing Crossworlds is better than Mario Kart World, or do you think Mario Kart World is better than Sonic Racing Crossworlds? So just tell me what you think about that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that and see you guys next time. Goodbye.